Justin Trudeau has been found to have violated federal law for the second time in his 4-year term by yet another report from the Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner. This report looking into the improper and, yes, illegal pressure that was put on Jody Wilson-Raybould to try to secure a sweetheart deal for SNC-Lavalin. The finding, detailed in a 63-page report, shows that not only Trudeau, but also numerous agents in his office tried to put pressure on Jody Wilson-Raybould to interfere in an independent, or what was supposed to be an independent prosecution. But even with this finding, there is no penalty for Justin Trudeau apart from the public relations questions he has to answer. None whatsoever. You see, the Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner has only a limited ability to levy a punishment. On some aspects of conflict of interest law, namely when it comes to failing to disclose certain things, he can impose a financial penalty. The cap on that penalty, $500. Yeah, that's it. That's all he can do, and even then, only on some offenses. You see, Justin Trudeau actually had a financial penalty on a previous violation from the Commissioner's office over his refusal to disclose a gift of sunglasses from the Premier of Prince Edward Island. Trudeau was fined $100. But his Bahamas vacation, no punishment. The SNC-Lavalin affair, no punishment whatsoever. So you have this scathing report that has a very serious and severe finding that should have, anyway, wide-ranging implications, and it is up to Canadians to levy the punishment. Now, this means we need desperately a much more toothy approach to these things. How can we have a Conflict of Interest and Ethics office if it doesn't actually have the ability to enforce the ethics that we as Canadians are supposed to demand from our public officials, from our leaders? Now, I'm not here to say what the punishment should be, or even if there should be one, but certainly having a commissioner that does not even have the ability to put one forward eliminates what it is that this office is supposed to do, which ideally would be to serve as either a deterrent or as a punitive measure when someone does break the law. Right now, it's not even a slap on the wrist, it's a wag of the finger, which does not discourage anyone from breaking this law in the future because they know they can just skate by if they have a good PR team to help them spin it. And we've already seen this out in full force for Justin Trudeau, claiming that he just disagrees with the report, that he accepts it, but at the same time, not the part that actually acknowledges his wrongdoing. Now, this isn't to say that the report marks the end of the saga. Jody Wilson-Raybould has acknowledged that back in the spring, she was paid a visit by the RCMP. The RCMP have indicated they are at the very least looking into this and will, in their words, do whatever is necessary as the case moves forward. Whether this will result in charges or not, no point speculating, we have no idea. But there is another level of possible wrongdoing that could be unearthed here. But the whole point is we shouldn't have different agencies and investigators kicking the can down the road and trying to pass a hot potato between one another when we have this body, the Conflict of Interest and Ethics Commissioner, that does have the final authority to determine a violation of federal law. This is not an insignificant feat. This office has money, this office has resources, and this office has expertise. So when at the end of this there is zero punishment for Justin Trudeau, it appears that there are two scandals here. There's the scandal of the interference in the prosecution of SNC-Lavalin, and then there's the other scandal, that even doing that apparently carries no consequences. This is all the reason that True North is standing up for Canadians during this election, covering the stories the mainstream media isn't. We can't do this alone. If you can pitch in to our election coverage fund, please click on the link in the description box or head on over to tnc.news. For True North, I'm Andrew Lawton.